Hi, I'm VeldasX, and today we're doing a video on a Taskmaster parts washer. But first I'm going to go get a coat on because I'm bloody freezing. So what I've got here is it's a generic kind of parts washer which we've got, flooded the UK. Made in China. This was something which the garage had finished with. Obviously there's something wrong with it. And they put it out with the scrap, and I often go down with the scrap boys and clear bits and pieces up, and as I say, this is put out. I think it's just come out of service because it's not rusty or anything yet, even though it's outside. And yeah, basically gonna just go through it and have a little look at it and see if it's fixable, really. Otherwise I'll just use it without a powered tank pump or anything. So I'll just bring the camera in. So it's a little bit grubby, as it would be, really. It's a part washer. Obviously this doesn't belong in here. It's just an old toolbox bit which has been left in it, so we'll throw that out of the way. Yes, it's still got the pump fitted and the washer hose, even though that, I don't know if it's meant to be loose as that. I'm going to strip that out in a minute or two. God, look at that already. What I'm going to do is just clean all this out, take that pump out, see if I can fix it. The switch of it is smashed off and the plug is missing the top. But we'll get out on the bench and have a look at it. I've looked these up on eBay and they're about £89. This is meant to be a 20-gallon parts washer, but I'm going to measure the tank and that because I don't think you can get 20 gallons in there. So it's quite interesting, really, how little this lid moves up, unless it's got a thermal switch on this ram. If there was a fire in here or something, and the reason why they're leaving it like that, because that'd be very difficult to work in here. You'd think that would go up to at least 90 degrees, but it doesn't. It's like, I don't know, 50 degrees or something like that. Perhaps there's a thermal switch, if it caught fire, and just melt this and it drops down and extinguish the flames, but who knows. So anyway, I'm going to get some gloves on, and we'll get the pump out and start having a look at that. It seems like everything is kind of throwaway these days. UK's flooded like probably everywhere in the world with Chinese stuff, and I would say this come out of a garage, and they're so cheap to replace, they just aren't even going to bother to do anything at all with it. Obviously it's nice to have new stuff, and it is Christmas. This is the end of the year, 2017, end of December, and they're obviously just come in over the holidays and thrown it out, treated themselves to some new kit. There's a bit of the switch with the neon. Yeah, the switch is all busted out of it, and as I say, the top is off the plug. Obviously that comes out pretty simple, so we'll throw that on the bench and then we'll strip out. You can come with a screwdriver. I haven't got a parts washer, so this will be a handy thing to have if I can get it fixed. But as I say, I'll just use it without the pump working. So this is a switch housing, but the switch itself is broken. And it doesn't look as though it's been broken long, so the parts are all falling out of it, the contactors. filter to keep all the crud out. That can easily be washed and cleaned up. Right, so it just got like a little pond pump in there. What tend to happen with this kind of stuff is they go brittle. All these hoses and that, when they're insolvent, tend to go a bit brittle. I mean, I'm stripping all the paint off where the fluid level's been in there. What I think I'll do, I don't know what I think I'll do. I really want to just check it for electric. See if she work that. I don't know if it's, yeah, see, it's meant to be tightened. Unless I suppose that don't matter about how much fluid leak out of it. I've never had one, so right, what I'll do, I think I'll see the plug has come like that. Look how that is. This must have been they're swaged on there. You know, this must have been a tamper-proof plug. They're swaged onto the parts. I'll just get put another plug on that, see if I can bypass these wires. So what I've done here is I've bypassed the old broken switch, just botched that in with some little cable connectors. Put another piece of wire on with the plug. 3 amp, I've got 3 amp fuse in there, so let's try it out, shall we? See what happens. Nothing. Nothing whatsoever. And that's rubbish. Yeah, well, never mind. Unless that's the fuse. Well, I just double checked my power supply and the fuse, and that was all okay. So I guess there's a problem with the pump. But I will have a look, because there ain't a lot to them pumps. It looks like a impeller, you know, in a sort of resin field coil, from what I remember. So I'll just get that out and see if I can get a screwdriver or something in there and have a look. Well, I've just sawn through this, got the little hacksaw and sawn through that little connector there so I can get the pump out. And yeah, these just come apart quite easy. And there's just this sort of magnetic impeller. Well, that could be the trouble, couldn't it? Look like the magnet is all disintegrated. The magnet is disintegrated, isn't it? That must be our issue. That magnet is, you know, it's all come apart, look. Yeah, that must be the... Oh, well, that's a shame. That really is a shame, because I don't think we can do nothing with that. No, I do. You know, it's just, there might be a make on it, but that would cost quite a bit of money, I guess. I can look, but oh, how disappointing is that? Never mind. You know, let's say we'll have to go to a plan B on it. Yeah, as I say, that's all that's happened. This magnet is disintegrated on the impeller. Look. It's never going to work like that, is it? It's not even. It's got a piece missing out of it. I don't think no one's looked in there. It's obviously disappeared. You can see it's stuck up there. Drop the screw in. Nothing in there. Never mind. Well, we'll get on and start cleaning the tank up itself. We'll worry about that some other time. So I think I'll clean the actual tank out itself now. So we'll get that up on the bench there. We'll get that bit clean. I have now seen there is actually a drain in the bottom of it. You see that? Yeah. It's actually a drain plug in the bottom of that. So if you were using this in a what was full, let's say bucking that out now. There was a few spudger there. A few little bits of tools. That looks like a spray gun spanner. It says 20 gallons, but it says it's got a sticker on the side saying 20 gallon capacity, but I don't think you'll go nowhere near that. And that fluid is quite expensive. 20 gallons of that in the UK, probably £180. Bucket or something to put that in. There's some sort of slot there. I don't know how many years service I gave, but I'd have said in a professional environment probably need something a little bit more pump wise, more robust. That's mainly that done. Yeah, that's fairly clean. Obviously that's missing, there's a shelf that will go across there and a small little parts container. But I mean it's still pretty usable, isn't it? It's not leaking. Still good enough for free. isn't even rusted on there yet. But often you find with that particular degreaser, it's got like an oily coat when you've finished it. You know, I don't know what that stuff is what I use. I don't think that leaves that kind of coat, but this commercial stuff, no, it doesn't rust because it's got like the corrosion protection. So we'll use some of the no-nonsense degreaser. Can you see that? This is the stuff from Screwfix. I'll just have a drop of this in here. And we'll see how it performs. Really? Yeah, it'll be a good test for how good this degreaser is. This lid, that lid is just in at the right angle. I think you can take it to pieces. It's got a split pin there. And you can have it. It's got a little split pin there. Anyway, I'll bring it back when I've spent some time on that. The verdict, a thumbs up on that no nonsense degreaser, because as you can see she's cleaned that up a treat. Probably rust like that. Look now. You know, obviously in that channel where there's a little shelf sit. Could have done with a bit better cleaning, but I'd only spent, you know, 5 minutes just with a brush. So I'll measure that now and see how much that can actually contain. So what I've done, I've cleaned the pump and everything up. See that? I can never see on this bloody thing. So there it is. I've now gone indoors and just glued up them magnets. You know, put a bit of 2-part epoxy on there, and hopefully that'll give me a chance of just trying it out and see if it worked for a short period of time. I thought that would gum that up a bit. Clean that up. Oh, it's running fairly free. I don't know if that'll hold, but it's worth just a little try, isn't it? You know, all this seemed fine. I've got them. All these hoses go really brittle. You know, and that solvent, same as that, it's really stiff. Can't do it all good. But if you notice on here, it's already starting to rust. You know, this stuff here doesn't leave it oily. Okay, you can see that, can you? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, so as you can see here, look, she's got rust. So I'm now going to lay all this back in the tank for now, and I'm going to put some of the original cleaner. You know, that filter is like a little bit of Scotch-Brite. So if you can see that. But all in all, I mean, there's some salvageable parts. I mean, that's still holding shape, even if I rebuild it into something else. But who will know? So So I shall try that out tomorrow. I'll let that go off for today, and we'll give it a trial tomorrow. See how we get on. Now we're now going to try this out. I glued this magnet all back together on the armature there, and I put a reinforcing washer at the back here. I really wanted brass, but I couldn't find nothing, and we don't even know if it's going to work, so better to try it than not at all. Now I'm going to put it back inside the field coil there, but I mean it's out of balance, but you know, what can you do? I mean it's swimming in gritted water or gritted fluid, and I'm just thinking that eventually this glue will break down with the solvent. So we just pop that back inside here. We'll give it a trial. I feel that's a lot better. It's like a little bit of force required there. So we'll pop that in there. And I'll just put some of this in here. I mean that's Old Year's night tonight, or New Year's Eve, and I don't think I'll be kissing anyone. My luck is out in that. Just for dramatic effect. And I've got a little bit of confidence in it. Not a great deal. So we'll see how we get on. You see that alright? Alright, here we go. I'm scared. Absolutely nothing. Well, would you believe that? Nothing. Box. I'm going to check this plug again. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I've got a good chance to use this brand new multimeter. See how we get on with that. Even though this didn't work, I've now been in the kitchen and I'm cooking a loaf of bread, and for the first time ever it's actually risen. So, and that's nearly actually out the top of the tin. And I've now cooked, this will be my 6th loaf, and this will be the first time it's actually, the bloody thing is risen. Normally it's just bollocks, there's just nothing happening. Right, so what do we want? Volts, AC, 600. Can you see that at all? Probably not. Okay, so I'll just do a continuity on that. Yeah. Just check out the fuse. Fuse is fine. Right, so we'll just energise that up. Change that back to 600 volts. Can you see these little terminals? And fucking carefully, I'll just bang them in there. Fucking thing is alive, isn't it? Alive but not working. What bullshit. I'll fucking work that instructions up now. Well, yeah, she's totally fucked. That need a new pump. That is very disappointing. But what can you do? You know, I was thrown out for a reason. Never mind. I better get in the party mood now. Anyway, if you did watch, thanks for watching. I thought, fuck it, I'll have another look inside here. And, you know, just have a play about with it, even though I was a bit dodgy with them wires and everything like that. But I will have to tell you about the bread, because I'll have a photograph out and show you it. It's amazing, it's nearly out of the tin. Anyway, I thought, well, I wonder if that's, you know, I clamped it too tight, or, you know, that sort of, who fucking knows. Very annoying, you know, when you try to do something to help yourself. So, put it back in, wired it back up again. As I say, we knew the electric was getting turt. Took it to bits like that, and look, she nipped up the socket. So whether us, you know, whether us because I've fucking ballsed it up somehow, I don't know. Or, you know, it's you can move on the spindle. It's not round now. You know, perhaps I could get a razor blade and scrape some of this resin off here. Perhaps she's catching a little in there. I don't really know. You know, to me, that, as you can see, if we just plug her in, she's having a spin. You know, this, I guess, it's got a rubber seal around here. You know, get your water flowing. But whether this, when I now do this, that just clamps it too much. Oh no, it is actually working there. So let's put it back in the old mouthwash. Fucking wires everywhere. Just point that outlet down, I think. So we're going to have water all over the place, aren't we, if she worked well. Oh, well, she's away now. Get more of the old pearl drops. Yeah, we'd say that's definitely working, wouldn't we? Oh, so it wasn't that bad after all. Now, we don't know how long, you know, it'll last when it's sitting in solvent or anything at all, really. But the switch is only £3.90 from Maplin's, which is like, say, Radio Shack or Circuit City. So the neon switch isn't very much money. And even if I took the pump out of the solvent to live and just put it back in the tank, I reckon I could get, you know, a couple of years out of this perhaps. And I don't use it much anyway. So all in all, I think we got a result here. Anyway, I'm going to just get back to my bread. It's unbelievable. See you later. Nice.